Hi guys, what's going on? It's me, the Killer Bee. We are here, episode 22 of the Banana and the Bee podcast. I've got Dave to my left. I've got none other than Keith, the Rockstar Richardson, below me.
What
Hi,
up, Keith?
Was that how it's done, Taylor?
That's how it's done every time.
Man, crazy.
Yeah.
This is a good one. I'm excited for this.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be. Anytime we get together, it's always a fun time.
This is a good one
is.
for those of you who don't know. Keith is the man behind the Killer Bee, and not only the man behind Killer Bee, he is a professional fighter with 30 plus pro fights. He's a fucking monster and one of my favorite humans in the entire world. So very happy to have you on.
Very happy to be here.
Oh yeah.
I can't believe it's fun. It took so long.
Well,
Man, you know, Palomino, man, he's got like a lot of gold, you know. So we had he was knocking on doors and shit. Nah, man, it's so cool. Modern Warrior up there, Rock Hill, South Carolina. It was probably one of my best trips, one of my funnest little day trips ever. Oh, that was like, guys, 6-8 months ago. Yeah, I don't know. Like goes by.
Yeah, it was
quick.
like the middle of the summer or something like that.
Yeah, I thought so too. And we were doing something with Taylor Starling. She was about to get another bare knuckle fight, you know, blah, 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 blah. But then it was so cool to go to Modern Warrior. Like, it's just awesome. You see it on social media and you guys post a lot of it and videos and shit like that. But like to go there and to see it and be there, it's like, I was so impressed. And like Modern Warrior it's your baby, Keith. So first let's hit on that. Like what's the day-to-day life of being, you know, the be-all end-all of Modern Warrior?
So it's a lot of me yelling at people. It's a lot of stress. Like a lot of me just like screaming at certain individuals for doing certain things that they do every day that they know pisses me off. It's just like a bunch of people running around just poking the bear, and it's fun though. You felt the energy there. Like we're just a big, happy, stupid, dysfunctional family.
The best.
I know, Dave, when everybody's there for like classes, because like you have fans there.
Yeah,
you have fans. Yeah.
Oh, we are always pumping up the banana.
Oh, come on, man. Come on, dude. Come on.
They got to deal with the bee, so you know they need some banana.
Hey, a lot of banana coming this Friday night, though. Right here, let me look at this. The big money right there. Jorge Masvidal, iKON FC2 live on UFC Fight Pass Friday. Keith, when did this all come to be? Can you give us some kind of backstory or history? You don't have to get into certain details if you don't want to get into it, but big fight for you. UFC Fight Pass, a UFC veteran. Like, this is big. Like, this, we've talked before your last fight. I remember the XMMA fight. You're like, hey, this is a big one too. But this could put everything, all that hard work, all those freaking gym days, all those freaking wins. This could be the cherry on top. This could get you into, I would believe, one of those major promotions.
Yeah, I've just been rolling. Honestly, it was a quick turnaround from that last fight. Like, I had the Strauss fight. I was barely scratched in that fight, so I was looking to roll around quickly and fight again. Actually took a little bit longer to get a fight lined up. But then it was just a couple of weeks ago. I fought in Rock Hill, and I just kind of steamrolled through. I think I got hit maybe 2-3 times. So I was, I was ready to go again. They called me up, and I was down to play. Like,
real quick before you, Taylor, like when you get that phone call and you get the opportunity, and you kind of maybe hear what kind of banner it is, or what kind of fighter it is, or all that aspect. How long was it? Literally like, 10 seconds, I'm taking the fight, no biggie? Or do you have to sit on it? Is it an hour? Do you have to think about it overnight? How long is that process of like, oh no, I'm jumping on this?
Usually it's pretty quickly, and I usually want to say yes within like 10 seconds. Here's my problem. Like, fighters are supposed to be the gas. Coaches are supposed to be the brake. Well, I'm both. So, like,
right.
I shouldn't be in charge of my own brake. So I at least at least try to wait a second. Like, I'll be like, yeah, let me talk to my team, and I'll hit you back in a day or so. Yeah, just so I've got time to stew on it. It never really changed. It never really changes my opinion, like, because I'm always down to fight.
Right,
So,
right.
but it's me trying to be like mature about it.
And by like
Like,
by him talking to his team, he says, "Hey guys, I'm taking a fight in a week." It's like,
it's just like it's really just checking on who's coming with me.
it's
Wait,
not like a big like.
It's not like, you guys think I should do this? It's like, I'm doing this. All I want to know is who's coming with me.
it's like Jerry Maguire. Who's coming with me? Has there ever been a time, Keith, in the last 2, 3, 4 years that someone offered you something and you turned it down because of location or just where your body was at or an injury? Have you ever turned something down, or is it always a freaking yes for the Rockstar?
Um, there's been times where like there was something else I was waiting on, or there was
Okay.
like, there was something else in the wings or something like that. Um, I've done some crazy fights where, like, I fought Tony Gravely, that's in the UFC right now.
Yeah,
On
Tony's legit.
Yeah, like me and him fought on 2 days notice for it was like the co-main event on LFA, and I fought him on 2 days notice. It was a scrap. I dropped him twice, and like I felt his arm pop at one point. When he wound up winning a decision. And then we're actually supposed to fight again. Like, he's a good dude.
Yeah.
We're supposed to fight again, and actually wound up having a medical reason I had to withdraw. I was having a issue with like my liver or something like that. That got cleared up. But I actually had to pull out of that fight, and then he got signed down to the big show before we got to do it again. But I respect him. Yeah, giving me a chance to like take the fight on a full camp.
So, what I think is crazy is I saw today it got announced that Justin Scoggins is fighting on the card, and
Yep.
Keith has been like, it was like they were supposed to fight one time, then it didn't happen because of Justin. The second time Keith got COVID because of, I don't know who is the reason that Keith got COVID,
Yeah.
but so it didn't happen. But then I saw that Justin Scoggins is on the card, so I was like wondering what you were thinking about that, and like, what do you think? Like, do you think that might be, like, I know you want to like take a big name fight and you want to go to the big show, but if that just didn't happen right away, like, you think you Justin Scoggins in iKON?
Um, like it's definitely a possibility. Like, I'll fight anybody within my within like, my weight class, or I've been fighting at bantam and featherweight, so although it does seem to be like one of those fights that's like, Khabib and Tony Ferguson, like where
Yeah.
it just seems like it's just doomed from like every time that we try to put this together, because it was supposed to be, especially on like XMMA, that was supposed to be like a huge fight. Like, we're just both from the area and stuff like that. I've been, one of the top guys in the region for so long. And I've seen him and his brother come up for the longest time. So like it was one of those big fights that it just seems like it's cursed for some reason.
Yeah. There are
But
there's little like fights, like you said, that Tony Habib is probably like the
yeah,
number one most well renowned of that type. But um, I would love your take and hear, like you got the phone call and they're like, hey, it's gonna be on UFC Fight Pass. Maybe that spruced you up. But then also it's like, hey, it's on Jorge Masvidal's iKON FC show. Me, both you guys know this about me. I'm just a diehard Jorge guy, Jorge fan. Just love the whole get up, the whole, like, he is who he says he is. Like, there's no
yeah.
fake about him. He's like a real one. Been in the game for so long. Does that add a little bit of like extra juice? Him being there live, the light that he brings to other fighters, the social media aspect of it. Does it bring anything, or at the end of the day, a fight's a fight? And after this one, hopefully you get a call from the UFC or, PFL, something of that nature, or you like this. Hell yeah. This means a little bit more
Yeah.
to you.
Yeah, I always look at the fight as the fight. Like, that's always like, business first. but like Jorge Masvidal is like one of the dudes I definitely respect in the game and stuff like that. And like I love street Jesus swag.
Yeah.
He like so yeah like so that's definitely cool, and like it definitely makes me like excited to go to Miami, excited to be in that crowd, be with those guys. Like I think it'll like the experience will be just a lot better with that. But
You get to rub
as
elbows
far
with
as the
great.
business of the fight, like that's I got to make moves like that are good for the career.
Yeah, yeah.
So I don't even think we mentioned it. Who are you fighting? First of all, I don't even think we mentioned it yet. Who are you fighting for iKON?
Hunter Azure just recently got released from the UFC. I had a couple of fights on there, a couple of contender fights. Yeah, tough kid, tough guy.
Yeah, he's
I
good.
think I think he's 9-2 or 11-2 or something like that. I think he went about 2-2 in the UFC or something like.
Yeah, I'm super curious because I stalked his Instagram page earlier today like a crazy person, and and like he looks like he's in really good shape. He's like a family man, but at the same time, like a lot of his stuff is so spaced out and so far back. I mean, you never know what anybody's doing, but at the same time, I'm like, no way is this man working as hard as Keith Richardson. Like, there's just no possible way.
Honestly, I think there are a few people on this planet that put in the hours that I do with the consistency that I do. I think
Right.
that's probably the big reason why I'm still able to, why it still seems like I'm just getting better and better. Even even though I'm up there a little bit for most lightweight fighters.
Like, yeah,
Uh,
man, dude, speak on that, Keith. Like 5 years ago, do you think right now yourself and 5 years ago, you guys walk into a cage, do you absolutely smash that guy? Do you smash that young Keith Richardson? Or is it just
any version of Keith Richardson is a tough fight.
That's a
but
good answer.
yeah,
That's a good answer.
but honestly, at this point, like I think so. Like my knowledge, like I'm always improving my knowledge, and then one of the biggest things that I think is help me with longevity and like improving is I don't I don't take resets, I don't take breaks, I don't take vacations. All I do is work on getting better. Like right after this fight, the first thing that I'm going to do the next day is hit the gym. And that's every fight of my career. It doesn't matter if I was, if I had a broken hand and my hand was taped to a damn noodle. I went to the gym the next day. Wasn't the best workout, but I'm never trying to
Right.
get back to where I was because I'm always still you see guys that'll take 2 or 3 month breaks, and then that
Right.
that whole process they're starting is starting not where they were, but they're trying to get back to where they were. I think at my age, if I take that break, I don't get back to where I was.
I was gonna make an old joke, but I'm not.
I can already see it in your face, like
Man, Taylor, man. Come on, dude.
that's right.
Us old guys, man,
You,
we need that
yeah,
love, Keith. It's all right, man.
you got to train with me tomorrow.
Keith gets
I
all
like
Keith gets all the love from me, so I don't even want to hear it.
that.
Go
I
ahead.
got some. I got some. Like it's to me. I love the aspect of the coach and fighter, like how you do both. I think amazingly. Do you gather skills if it's coaching Taylor Starling? Hey, messing around with Bryan Pooh Bear battle, or coaching even some of your amateur fighters? Is there something you see that they do like, damn, okay, like I need to pick that up or I need to try that? Do you kind of is it like a melting pot over there at Modern Warrior? You're picking up shit, new stuff day in, day out?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm I'm a master thief. I'll steal from anybody. Like you post it, I'll steal it. Like Plus, I'm always like trying to, especially because we do work different things and stuff like that. With Taylor being in bare knuckle, she's got different requirements, and like, you know, it makes me have to kind of switch some things up, think outside the box, how to, like, you know, how to train her better. But all of that falls into, like, you know, what I'm doing. So, like, you know, the gym should be a symbiotic relationship. You know, if I make them better, they're gonna make me better. So yeah, you know, that just pushes
Okay.
me on to you know, to always start pushing those guys.
There have been so many times that me and Keith have been sparring, and I've hit him with, like, in my head, I'm like, man, this is a really good combination. I'm about to throw it, and I'm going to land it on him. I throw it, might land one punch, and Keith literally will throw the exact same combo and, like, fuck my ass up with what I just threw. And I'm like, yeah, okay.
Master thief.
I love that. Talking about Taylor Starling, Keith, man, you've been there, all 3 bare knuckle FC fights, the war against Sagala, the mastery of Cassie Robb, really good fight against Hannah Guy, who just got out of the Ultimate Fighter house. And no spoiler alerts, if you look at Hannah Guy's face, she looks pretty damn good. I love when they show you that. They're like, we can't tell you anything, but some girls have black eyes, and Hannah Guy looks really good. So I'm intrigued to see what happens in that. But she's 3-0. We just seen a new female flyweight champion with Christine Fiera a couple weeks ago at Knucklemania 2. Keith, man, is Taylor next? And when is that fight going to happen, dude? And how quick is Taylor going to win? What's going to happen, Keith? Give us the goods, bro.
You know, it better be coming next. Like, you know,
okay.
Yeah, it's something that we're like, you know, we've eyed that fight for the longest time. Like, you know, there's not who else is in line in that division, really.
Come on.
Like, name somebody that's, you know, banged out three straight wins, hasn't been defeated, fastest knockout, you know, in female bare knuckle. Like, so it's just a waiting game when Christine's ready to throw down. I think, in my opinion, and we're still waiting on, you know, bare knuckle to, you know, tell us when, you know, give us a phone call and, you know, set it up. But, you know, it's a fight that we've been looking at for a long time. You know, it's a fight that we've been eyeing, you know, since she really got into bare knuckle. Like, you know, we knew who the other studs in the division are when we started this thing. So, like, you know, I've been keeping an eye on that and watching for certain things and seeing how their progression is, and seeing how the B progresses. And I think that belt's going to be around her waist here soon.
Damn.
I think too, like, it's funny because with that, like, we have, you know, been through fight camps and been talking about the future and blah, blah, blah. And even when I fought Teresa Segala, we sat and we said, like, you know, we know what's going to be the top, like, boss that I got to beat. We know the one that's going to be waiting for me when I get done slaying all these other girls. Like, we know who's going to be waiting. And we said, like, Christine. And before Christine even fought Britain, we were like, Christine's going to win that belt. And we know what it is. I agree. I don't think anything else makes sense. They've tossed a certain other name, but, you know, the princess isn't ready to fight. I guess she'll let us know when she's ready. And
we got to turn that page. We got to turn that page.
Turn the page
Oh.
on that. I know what's going to happen there. You know, that's what was really offered. And so
well played, my friend. Well played.
Thank you. I thought I get paid the media bucks. That's why I get paid the media bucks.
But to be honest, like, that's not what that fight like makes sense money wise and makes sense advertisement wise if people pick up on what we're talking about. But Christine is like, that's the fight that truly makes sense for me. And, you know, we're kind of just I'm very impatient, and Keith's been doing a really good job at, like, keeping me level-headed about it, because of course I am his person. Like, I'm like, man, I want to fight tomorrow, I want to fight next week, I want to fight next month. And he's just like, just be patient, and it's going to be something huge. So that's all I'm doing.
Keith is like Obi-Wan Kenobi, man. Obi-Wan Kenobi, just little Jedis all over the place. Another thing I'm intrigued about, Keith, your weight division. I think it's 2 weeks from maybe Saturday after you guys fight at iKON, UFC 273 down there in Jacksonville, Florida, beautiful sunny Florida. Peter Yan versus Aljamain Sterling. I know you're busy as hell at the gym, you're busy as hell in your fight life, career, all that stuff. do you still kind of follow UFC and especially your featherweight, and bantamweight? Do
Oh
you
yeah.
follow those weight classes? And what do you think about that Jan Sterling rematch?
I'm always keeping an eye on those guys. Because who knows? I might get a chance to punch one of them in the face.
Woo.
But I think like Peter Jan's one. I think he's truly gotten Sterling's head a little bit.
Yeah.
After that last fight and stuff like that, and just being the guy that won it by a DQ, like I think that's been sitting heavy on him and stuff like that. Like you can tell like he doesn't feel like the champ, and but it is also his opportunity to solidify it. I think he's gonna come out like hungry, but Peter Yan, that dude's that dude's a beast.
Yeah,
I think I see him taking it. Like he's right now he's the top in the division. I think still.
I like it. Tay, you got something?
No, I was gonna say, Keith. Keith actually had me over to watch the fights the other weekend. This is a funny story. I'm like, I want to watch the fights so bad, blah blah blah, and I go over there. He pays for the pay-per-view, and guess what happens?
What?
I pass the fuck out like before they even start.
Come on, man.
Didn't even watch one fight.
Didn't watch
one.
I was shocked.
Tell me how full circle is. So you paid for the UFC, so you gave money to Jorge Masvidal. For a couple weeks later, Jorge Masvidal is going to pay you money to fight on his card, bro.
Yeah, that's
the
circle
circle
of life. Thank God.
That's
because
literally
them UFC cards be getting a lot more expensive these days.
Oh man, dude, I me, with me podcasting on it multiple times a week and knowing all I gotta order the pay-per-views. I gotta watch the events, and you can see stuff on social media, but it's not the same of watching every second of the fight, or even sometimes you can see who wins the fight, but I want my own take on how the fight went and how people looked and all that shit. So it's I got to do it, and they're $75 a pop, man. My kids, I'm hey, we skipping dinner on Saturday. Dad's got to watch the pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm.
I got chips.
Sorry, kids. Kids these days, they're they have the obesity problem. It solves both problems.
I'm just trying to solve the world problems day at a time. All right, we got a fun little segment. We call it the Swarm. I got some good questions here. Taylor's got some, I hope. So
I've got two.
Uh-oh. Get ready. Here comes the Swarm with Dave Van Auken and Taylor Starling.
Look at those fancy intros, man. We pay big bucks for those. Big bucks.
You guys are legit. I'm
telling you.
Yeah,
Keith,
Joe Rogan better be worried.
He better be. He's got other shit to worry about. But first answer comes to your head. Really fast answers. You ready?
Ready.
If you started a charity, what would it be for?
PTSD.
Boom.
All right. This is a fan one. Wings or with wings, drums or flats?
I'm gonna go with flat.
I like that. Your favorite carnival food?
Funnel cake.
Yeah, I like that.
Most underrated rock band?
I've seen him live, so I'm gonna go with Chevelle.
Oh, I like that, actually. That's a good one. Vacation spot, tropical or cold weather?
I'm gonna go. Usually, I like the mountains better than the beach. I don't really care what the temperature is.
Right.
I like the mountains better than the beach. I'm a mountain man.
Okay.
What is the last thing that you spent an insane amount of money on?
Oh, that's a good one. Got some new Jordans. They hadn't came in yet, but my other shoes came in. Got these Akatsuki's up here.
You better show off the shoes, honey.
Oh, and I got I bought a bump box.
Oh,
I bought one of those custom joints with the Modern Warrior logo all over it and stuff like that.
Dude, that's dope. There we go.
Ever since Eddie came with his little bump box, I'm telling you, we've all been team bump box now.
Yeah.
I'm cutting this into a video. We better get a sponsorship plug for that, man.
Yeah,
Come
I'm
on.
gonna have to hit up my
That's
boy
just like-
Philly Fresh.
Yes.
Yeah. That's just legitimately out of like the love for it. Like it wasn't like, oh, like Eddie had his and we were all like, oh shit, we need to cop a bump box.
I love
was
it.
buying
Last
a
one.
bunch for like Christmas and for everybody for Christmas and birthdays and stuff like that. I bought a ton of those things. The little
Man.
pager and the little ones.
Yeah, pagers are fire. Those are good. Last one of the swarm for me. Who is your all-time favorite combat sports athlete?
Randy Couture.
That's a good one, man. That's a good one. Tay, you got one last one?
Give us a quote. Give us an inspirational, motivational, discipline-driven quote.
I'll go with one of my favorite that I usually use, especially when I'm when I'm teaching jiu-jitsu or MMA grappling. It's often misquoted, even on T-shirts. But like one of the things that I always say is like go through your steps, A, B, C, D. Because if you try to jump from A to D, usually you get D to B.
I like that.
Like it's one of my big jiu-jitsu quotes that I like to use. Like you got guys that are trying to like go from being mounted to like being in guard and stuff like that, and they try to skip too many steps instead of just trying to get the half guard, get the side control, get the half guard, and then guard up. Yeah, they're trying to jump from A to D, and usually it gets them armbar, triangle,
Right.
D, literally D to B.
I like that.
Let me say, Modern Warrior is not for the faint of heart, and it's like we don't even care. Like Keith loves it. Like he's like, I don't want anybody in here that can't fucking hang with like the inappropriate, foul mouth like humans that we are. And it's so funny because even the parents of the kids' classes are like so savage, and it's wild. It's like if someone's gonna hang or not when they come to Modern Warrior.
I take my kids to school like every morning. Some of these parents are fucking savages out there. You think like these moms, like these Karens out here, like if you try to like, they don't go to the stop sign good enough, you give them a little honk, they want to come at me. Like there's some shit that happens there. And
you're like, what's up, bitch? Yeah.
They don't want none of that. They don't want none of that. One last thing for you before we go. Fight week, UFC Fight Pass. I'm so pumped for this. iKON FC, Jorge Masvidal's iKON FC, Friday night, live on UFC Fight Pass. Go get it. Everyone go watch it. There's going to be a lot of good content coming on UFC Fight Pass real soon. But there's one good guy that we've all talked to in the gym, and it's amazing. Guy's the Ultimate Fighter champion now. He's won in the UFC. Like, this kid is, like, special middleweight. Give me a little fun story on Bryan Battle. Give me a little nugget that, the mainstream doesn't know about the Pooh Bear.
Oh, I got a good one. This is one of the ones, this was out in Myrtle Beach. I think we were there for one of the Warfare cards. And I think Bryan fought that night. And like we went to we're at Boardwalk on the beach. Those of you guys have been to Myrtle Beach know what I'm talking about. We're in one of the clubs in there and stuff like that. And like Bryan's coach Kevin was getting not only thrown out of the bar, but he was getting thrown out of like the whole boardwalk of the beach. Like, so I go out there, like I try to calm everything down. While he's there, like, because like Bryan came with us and stuff like that. And like, so I run into the club and Bryan's sitting there dancing. Like, I was like, Bryan, I'm like, Kevin's getting thrown out of the whole fucking place. I was like, we got to go. He's like, but he's like, I just want to dance. I'm like, get the fuck outside. And Bryan's friend just looks over at him. He's like, do we got to talk? Do we got to listen to this guy? And Bryan just looks over and goes, yeah, we got to listen to him. Get out. And he's just like, but he just looked at me and goes, I just want to dance.
I love it.
Bryan
loves it.
Bryan is always dancing.
I love it, man. I can't wait. Like that since his win, that's been probably 6-8 weeks. He might be getting a phone call soon. I liked it, man. big future, bright future. This 2022 could be a big year for Bryan Battle, but it could also be really big for a guy, Rockstar. Talking about Keith Richardson, Friday night, live on UFC Fight Pass. So excited. Keith, any last words, any shout outs, any sponsor plugs, anything like that?
Always want to thank my family over at Modern Warrior. They're a big reason why I'm able to do all this. Thank my family, like all my sponsors. One of my good buddies sponsored me for this fight, and all he wanted on my shorts was a shout out to the Ukraine. He's Ukrainian by birth, American by blood. And he just wanted me to shout out and so it's for my boy Alec. And then always got to give some love to my fellow veterans and my fellow Marines.
Love it, man. Hey, appreciate you. Can't wait. We'll see you down there in Miami, Florida.
We're gonna be all reunited.
Oh, it is gonna be fun,
dude.
Whole crew is gonna be out there.
Us Circle is undefeated together. We can't lose. We don't know how to lose when we're all together. Afterwards, we're getting some ice cream. Come on now.
Oh yeah, we're gonna party it up. I'm looking forward to the fight, but I'm really looking forward to the after party.
my guy. Taylor Starling, Killer B, Rockstar, Keith Richardson. I'm Dave Van Auken. We spent $17,000 on this outro, so we're doing it. We're hitting it. Taylor.
Okay, bye.
Bye.